Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and we are back for some more league racing content here. We are here actually for a brand new league, FWL. I don't know what it is in full, but we're here reserving tonight for a Div 1 race. Welcome back to another league racing video. This video was actually pretty good. I was just kind of searching around for new leagues I could possibly join, because I'm probably going to be making some decisions here in a couple months of what I'm going to do for league racing going forward. Obviously with got my iRacing stuff going on, also got some other things coming, so there's going to be some quiet movement, but obviously weekends work best for me considering I work full-time Monday through Friday work week, and thankfully Friday to Saturday leagues work best for me because that's just kind of the days I have time off. So obviously some leagues at night is not too bad, but we're here for round like 13 or 14 of the season, or of the season I believe in here, and we're at COTA. So we're at a track where I'm not a big fan of, but we're just going to try to see how it is, and hopefully something we can look into the future. So obviously hope you guys enjoyed this video. This video was very fun to make, probably one of my fastest videos I think I've ever made in quite a long time, but there's going to be no outro for this video. Enjoy the video, and yeah. And here we are ready for qualifying here for Circuit of the Americas. Obviously, first race obviously within FWL. There's quite a familiar people that are in here that you might know in this video. So obviously this is a league that I'm looking to join. I'm not 100% sure if I will, honestly, just because it does run pretty late at night for me, but it also is on a Friday night, so thankfully no one's got work the next day. But yeah, we're just kind of looking at everything we could possibly look at for a future league, and this is possibly on my radar, but we'll see how tonight goes anyway. So far, COTA, obviously as I discussed in the intro, not my favorite track. I really just cannot master this circuit entirely. I think a lot of people, I feel like some people probably might not be the biggest fans of COTA, and that's okay. I mean, if you are a big fan of COTA, I apologize, but yeah, COTA is just not my it's just not my cup of tea personally. But so far, purple sector 1, pretty good start. Middle sector was a personal best. Obviously, this is our first flying lap that we obviously got here, and one thing to note is that we're in the McLaren. These camera settings are not to my liking, so we're gonna have to go into the garage and change them. You can see the back end almost kind of came out there a little bit. Setup is going to be a little bit twitchy tonight. I'm running a brand new setup compared to a setup I ran a couple months, I think about a month ago when I had another league race here. So this is a brand new setup, and going to try to see momentum. Here we go with a 132.5. So it is a lot slower than my first lap in the other league, but actually it's not far off considering our first lap was I think it's like a 132.9 in that other league. So it's a 132.5, and well, at that point we were just trying to adjust our camera settings for the entire time and actually messed up. I actually didn't get a chance to do a 3-run plan. I planned on doing 3 runs and I was only able to get 2 runs in. So this lap is going to have to count, obviously, and here we go for the final qualifying run. And we've actually slapped down to P4. You can see there's a familiar face in second place, Spicy. So far second, and we're also in a Mercedes sandwich. Also, we got the Aston Martin of Corey that is sitting P3 as well. So a couple other guys. There's our teammate down at P6. But so far going into turn number 1, actually found a little bit of a couple tens there, so good momentum so far. Obviously track evolution is going to be pretty big here. Now through this flat out sweeping section, we have to kind of lift off maybe a little bit here, slight lift, get back on the throttle pretty quickly. But yeah, the car just slowly starts to come around here and there. We cut the curve a little too much, and that's going to be an invalidation. That is going to end our qualifying session right then and there. And it's so far slotting in P4. We're going to come across the line, and obviously I just kind of backed off at the end. I probably would have continued to push to see what time my lap was going to be, but I just decided to back off to kind of just try to save the tires. But yeah, Mintiku, I believe is what he's pronounced his name, got pole position. I think it was a 131.6. That was a hell of a lap from him. Spicy P2, Corey P3. We're P4 at the moment. Depends on if anybody can challenge behind. I believe Silk is the next guy that could challenge. I believe we're going to slide into P5. I think Silk just got us at the line. So yeah, that's P5 for us. Was not very happy with my lap entirely. I was just kind of not happy with that mistake I made entirely, and specifically just trying to get every little tenth you can in that first sector. It's very tricky, so you kind of see we kind of actually fast forward maybe a little bit out of frustration. But here we go for the race now. It's gonna be a one-stop strategy. COTA is usually a one-stop. I think if it's a 100% race, it might be a 1 to 2 stop, but it's gonna be a one-stop here tonight. And I think real life, it's also, I think real life might be a two-stop race in a 100%, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure. But it's where we are, and kind of just checking over settings real quick to see if formation lap is on, and yes, it is on. So that is good to get some tire warm up in, and we're gonna see where kind of everybody else is on the grid so far, and what other tire compounds that some guys have gone. I think everybody has gone mediums. There might be one driver that has gone to the soft tire, but I am not 100% sure really. So yeah, obviously checking through settings one last time, and yeah, there you go. A couple guys on hards. I believe that is the Haas. I'm not sure how you pronounce that name. I couldn't really see it, but yeah, we got a couple people that are gonna start in the hard tires. We're gonna go for the race here. 28 laps around COTA, and we are underway. Actually get a pretty decent start. We're going to jump ahead of Corey, and also we have a really good run on Silk. You can see Mintaku just trying to defend the inside line from Spicy. The Mercedes going side by side up into turn one, number one, big red corner, and everybody gets through pretty cleanly, just like, fortunately, if they could only do that in real life, it'd be pretty awesome. But blind apex so far, but Corey and me side by side, we're going to let Corey have the inside line. He's got the better run. I'm not really going to race him through this part of the section. You can kind of see we kind of got caught out just a little bit with the dirty air. So one thing to note is that when I did a league race here, this is the first league race at COTA, I would say that it's been dry. So when I did a league race here, it was wet, and that was by far terrible. I have the full stream published, so if you want to watch that, feel free to enjoy that yourself. But when I did another league race here, I did notice a couple things, and it's mainly that first sector with dirty air is brutal, very brutal. And lap 2 now, you can see that Corey's kind of lost out that DRS there a little bit, so he is kind of struggling on the opening stint. And we do notice that a lot of people do struggle a little bit in the opening stint. I feel pretty good so far, but the dirty air, I mean, it is painful through this part. And you can see the back end comes around, and I think we were able to catch the car with a slight little slide there. But yeah, we've broken the second away from the Williams, thankfully, so it's now just kind of a front four. But the Alpine of Mintaku, I think his name is, he's pulled off a second ahead of Spicy, so obviously it's just kind of a front four for P2 at the moment. So now the question is just kind of where we're going to slide up here and there, but we have a good shot to get around Corey here if we kind of get lucky. But yeah, so far just kind of in that DRS range with Corey, and hopefully to get an opportunity to pass here. But right here as well, it's not too bad. My line is not very great through here. Really just, it's not great. And I've just found that to just be my best. But you could take multiple different lines through there. But I did kind of notice after the race, compared to what other guys were doing, that my line was not very great through there. So yeah, I mean, this is literally, literally my first race at COTA in a minute, so obviously COTA, it's not my favorite track. I absolutely just hate this track with a passion, because it's just terrible to drive on. But it is fun though for racing, I will say that. But yeah, Corey's lost DRS to Silk. We're going to get the opportunity here to get around Corey. We'll see if he defends us. I know he's just going to let us go. A lot quicker than Corey at the moment, and pretty good. So now we have to try to see if hopefully we can get back into the DRS to Silk and Spicy. And I feel like I can possibly get into the DRS of those two. We could possibly take P2 here, but it just depends on how they also defend this as well. But obviously two teammates gonna have some team orders here, I feel like. But obviously both of these guys just trying to so far get the opening stint done. You can see that Silk is a little bit struggling with the dirty air, obviously. So Spicy, he's got some clean air. Mintaku's got some clean air, and also the guys in 6th place have clean air. So yeah, we're all just kind of in this big train, and it's really cooking up the tires, and it's really not helping the tires, because the tires are really starting to overheat now through this part of the race. As I apologize for that voice crack, it is very early in the morning. But yeah, no, I mean, honestly, it's really just tricky to kind of get the power down on some of these corners, because the dirty air is just downright awful. I really just cannot get the dirty air situated right now. We can see that Silk, he's all over the place at the moment, and yeah, he's not having the time of his life. So we're going to get an opportunity here to get the DRS and get past Silk here, and yes we do. We're going to slide into the podium now. So that's P3, picking them off one at a time so far at the moment. And yeah, next up is Spicy. Now the question is, can we get up into P2? I don't think we'll have pace to the Alpine of Mintaku, I believe is how you pronounce his name. Mintaku? I think that's how you say it, Mintaku. But we'll see what happens. So we got the DRS on Spicy. Silk's got DRS behind. Corey's got DRS behind. It's a front four at the moment. But yeah, at this point, lap 6 now, we can't get around Spicy, and I really cannot get the car rotated through here. And you're gonna see we're gonna drop DRS actually from Silk. So yeah, the dirty air is no joke. I mean, it is bad. It is very bad here. Yeah, every time we get close, we just can't make the pass. But this is where he's really strong through here, and it's this kind of rotation right here. He's running a really better line than us at the moment. You can see he's gonna break 2/10 off that exit. But yeah, his car is really great through here. Obviously, I'm not sure what his wings are. We've gone a little bit lower on the wing on the rear. I think it's 25 on the rear. So obviously I did kind of change. I was kind of messing with setups to kind of get something rolling. But yeah, so we have a pretty decent car in the straight line, but we just can't get close to Spicy whatsoever. And we're really starting to struggle now through this part of the race now. And you can see that the tires are just kind of stepping out. They're sort of just overheating at the moment. And yeah, we just cannot get around the Mercedes there of Spicy. And speaking of pitting, Silk's in for a pit stop. Obviously he's going to go to the hard tire, so he's going to get a pretty big undercut on us. Another question is, does Corey pit? And also, does Spicy pit? I do feel like I want to stay out maybe for an extra lap, but actually it probably maybe could be better if we get a track limits warning. I believe that's now 2 of the day, or that might be the first one. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, no, Silk, no, not Silk, apologize. Spicy's in the pits, and I think Corey's gonna follow. I think he was gonna follow, and I think he did follow. So yeah, lap 11 now. Miniku is still out there, and you can see the rears are just stepping out. I just cannot get the car rotated as well through this part of the track. So it's not having the best time out there right now with the tires. And you can see the tires. They got the tire light actually came on my dash on my wheel, so I was able to kind of notice that the tires are starting to fall off. So we're probably going to pit this lap, and we do come into the pits. And Miniku also as well, he gets his strategy kind of perfect. He kind of tried to run over lap 11, and obviously he ran into clean air, so his tires were probably a lot better compared to what ours were, considering we were just trying to see if we can catch that gap to Spicy. But Miniku, he's gonna get a full second. I mean, he's gonna be pretty clear on this exit ahead of Spicy. So Spicy has I think he's pulled maybe a second behind of his teammate, maybe ahead of his teammate. So his teammate Silk, he's gonna be kind of struggling a little bit. Also, we have a kick Sauber of I think it's Proton. I think that's the kick Sauber of Proton. I'm not sure who half these guys are, but so far it has been pretty good racing so far between this front four. But we have the kick Sauber that's up there in second place. So he's making a charge, I guess you could say. But now we're just trying to get back into the DRS of Silk if we can. And so far we're on strategy. I mean, we're on the right call at the moment, and we're going to be able to kind of make the pass. Well, we might be able to make a pass here on Silk, but the question is, I mean, Silk is, his tires are going to be a lap old, depending on lap 9, so we're going to have much more of a pace advantage starting to come in at this moment through the race. But yeah, just trying to get the car really on nails, and they do feel a lot better on the hard tire compared to the medium tire in that opening stint. But it didn't feel too bad, but getting onto the hard tire was just a blessing. So yeah, and you can see that we've been burning a lot of battery this race, and I usually like to save a lot of battery. That has been the opposite tonight. We're burning battery to try to just get into the DRS, because I don't really trust my raw pace at the moment. But also, we have an opportunity to capitalize on these two right here, and I think that is actually Paxton, I believe is how you say it. I thought it was Proton for a minute. No, it's Paxton in the kick Sauber, and we're going to get the DRS here on him, and he's got DRS, but we're going to burn battery, and we're going to try to get around him because I want to try to get close to Silk if I can. Go down the inside, very late braking as the rear kind of steps out a little bit. We cut the corner a little bit. I believe that corner is actually, you can kind of get away with track limits if you do cut it properly, from a couple people that I've heard from other leagues, is that you won't get a penalty for that. But speaking of that, we jump at a Silk, and that's going to slide us into P3. And Spicy, he's got a 3-second gap in front of everybody, so he will be the next one to catch. We could just see that Miniku, I mean, he has just done a great job today with honestly the pace that he has. It's pretty impressive. We get a slight lock up there, and yeah, cannot get the car rotated now at that point, specifically at that corner. But yeah, still carrying on here. Honestly, just waiting for something to happen. A safety car would probably make this race pretty interesting. It kind of just depends on what the circumstances are. But yeah, we'll just kind of see if we can try to catch up to Spicy. And actually, speaking of safety cars, there's a safety, and unfortunately we passed the pit entry. So yeah, we kind of messed ourselves, but thankfully everybody else behind also did the same thing as well. But Miniku was ahead of the safety cars, so we're not really going to lose positions, but we will get the DRS here, and we will make an opportunity here to kind of close that gap down. So everybody's into the box. Pax is into the box. Spicy's into the box. Miniku's in the box, and Silk's in the box, and Corey, I believe, as well did box in the Aston. So yeah. Everybody now is going to get fresh tires, and now we have to do a whole little safety car queue to kind of get called out to the safety car, and we'll be back racing, thankfully, in probably in about 2 laps, and there we go, safety car in. Don't really like to show the safety car, you know, I'm not a big fan of showing the safety car things because I don't really talk much, and I really did not talk too much into this race considering it was pretty late at night for me in the US, but at the same time, I mean, I was not talking too much in this race, and you can kind of tell I've been very locked in. But you see, so far we're back underway. Spicy, I think, maybe a little bit ran out wide, maybe just to get a better exit, or he just kind of just made a little mistake there, but it's not a big deal. We're still roughly behind him, and he's got a slight front lock up there a little bit, which also could be a game glitch. I think sometimes the lockups, it just kind of tells you. And there's still one thing they haven't got rid of is the smoke. Please change it, because it's getting annoying. But so far, just trying to follow through this middle sector now, and now we're going to have to see how these mediums feel, and everybody's gone mediums, so I did feel pretty good on the hard tire compared to the medium. This is a fresh set of mediums, but yeah, we're going to be following Spice here for a hot minute, and also Miniku, he's got clean air. Spicy's going to get some clean air here if Miniku just keeps on doing the way that he's doing. Spicy's just trying to stay with him if he can, but Miniku, he's just absolutely on it tonight. And if he does kind of get that good thing, Spicy will get some clean air, and then at that point it's just going to be following him. But yeah, we cannot get past him whatsoever. Even with DRS, you can just see Miniku, he's pulled off 2.7 seconds. That is impressive in the span of basically 2 laps. So he is absolutely on it tonight. But yeah, you can just see I get DRS to Spicy, but I cannot get the move done. I mean, I am just slow. I don't know if I'm slow in the straights, or he's also burning battery to defend, which is kind of what I like to do a lot of times as well, and I think he does as well, to kind of stay ahead. But he's not easy to pass right now. It's going to be pretty tough to get this P2, but yeah, as I'm noticing on, I mean, this is not helping our race because the tires, you can just see the amount of slides that we've had in the span of 2 laps. I mean, the tires are really starting to overheat at the moment, and I'm probably going to lose DRS here because I cannot follow in the dirty. You can just see the car just steps out. I mean, the tires, they're just very hot at the rear, and it's not a good time out there. I mean, we are struggling right now to kind of just get into that DRS, and actually Paxton, he's going to be able to get DRS, but I don't think he made the passes. Corey was able to get the DRS. Corey's got a 3-second time penalty. He's burned up all his penalties at the moment. So far, front 2 have been clean. We have 2 warnings so far on the night. So track limits is also very brutal here. So I believe we got 2 warnings at the moment so far in this part of the race. But hopefully we can try to maybe gap Paxton behind, who have we done 2.7. But yeah, we cannot catch up to Spicy. And at this moment, I kind of flipped to a new MFD button on my wheel, and I realized that the tires, yeah, they're very hot. I mean, it's 215. It's 215 to freaking, it's pretty bad. You can just see we run out wide there because I just cannot get anything like rotated whatsoever. Thankfully we didn't get a warning for that. But yeah, I mean, this car, it's not great at the moment, and yeah, I mean, the tires are really just starting to feel it. But penultimate lap here, and there's a corner cut, and that's a fair 3-second time penalty. That was stupid. And actually, we're not going to really lose out because Corey, he's got 6 seconds, but we're pulling away from Paxton as well, which is kind of helping us just a little bit. So we'll probably also keep this podium. But last lap now, tires were hot. We're kind of matching Spicy's times. I'm not sure if Spicy's really struggling, or we're just kind of stronger than him in some part of the tracks. Some part of the sections. I believe that, I mean, it's like that 3rd sector, he is just so quick. So that is one thing to note, but I think my car might be a little bit better on the straights here, just a little bit. But yeah, both of us just kind of going neck to neck at the moment. Miniku's going to get the race win. I mean, he did a great job tonight. Full credit to him. And we're going to slide into a P3 at the moment. And it's so far looking pretty good to us. Corey, I think it's just a dollar too late. I think one more lap he probably would have had us here. But he probably had maybe some slight bit of clean air, which kind of was able to help him. But yeah, Paxton, I believe he's lost out to 5 seconds. So we're going to get a podium here. For our first time here, I'm honestly pretty impressed. Obviously, we ran more towards the front. We didn't really run towards the back, but that's a P3 on debut in FWL, and I will take that. Thank you very much. And yeah, good result, and good for reserving. So yeah, that's I'll take that any day of the week. So obviously, pretty impressed. Obviously, with the racing standards here, don't really have any complaints whatsoever. And yeah, so everybody did good, and that's all that really matters at the moment. So yeah, we'll keep this momentum going. And possibly we'll see if we race here in the future. But there's going to be no outro for this video, guys. That is all for me tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was a pretty fun race to commentate on. I actually did enjoy it. And we'll take a P3. So hopefully we'll reserve here in the next couple of weeks. But have a great rest of your day, everybody. And I will see you guys in the next video.